Out of my deeper heart, a bird rose and flew skyward. Higher and higher did it rise, yet larger and larger did it grow. At first, it was but like a swallow, then a lark, then an eagle, then as vast as a spring cloud, and then it filled the starry heavens. Out of my heart a bird flew skyward, and it waxed larger as it flew. Yet it left not my heart. O my faith, my untamed knowledge, how shall I fly to your height and see with you man's larger self, penciled upon the sky? How shall I turn this sea within me into a mist and move with you in space immeasurable? We have this week, so far, asked ourselves one or two related questions. They are related because if there is a shared intention, all such questions must have relationship. They arise from our common experience, which is just one expression amongst a multitude of our common humanity in this unique period. Yet although the time is unique, there are many questions which are perennial. They do not die because the spirit of life in humankind does not die and cannot die. It can only live, and ultimately it will triumph. Triumph, one might say, over what? Because the spirit in humankind is that which aspires. But if it is in contention, it is only with its own organism, its own capacity for self-expression. Its own irrelevant memories. Its own sad and stagnant past. That is our obstruction. That is our collective difficulty. That is our problem, and within it dwell all the devils that human imagination can give rise to. Within all that past, within all those compelling echoes of what has been, there lies a seed which is born of the light, a seed which will force its way to the surface. A seed which cannot be overcome. By the darkness of all our lost and drifting, hopeless intentions. All of this is of ourselves, and is ourselves, and is our world, and appears to be also our universe. Because what our consciousness forms in our minds, when we look at life, when we look at the world, when we look beyond the world, is a conditioned vision. A distortion and a fragmented structure. That is born of our own distorted and fragmented state. But again, within it there is the seed of the light, which is unconquerable. There is no darkness that will overcome it. There are no bombs that can blast it. There is no madness that can rend it. It is in us. It is us. It is the true being. Not that we would know, because alas, all too often, that is not our intention. Not that we would know, but which would know us. Would claim us for its child, and ultimately would engulf us in its own measureless fulfillment. This seed of the light is the smallest of the small. Tiny beyond measurement. But also the seed of the light. is born of the Son beyond all sons, and will become the Son, and is destined for union with a light unquenchable. All the tension in human affairs is caused by the desire of the light in its many forms, in its infinite state and in its minute state. The light in its many forms, to enter into relationship with itself again, to find itself, to become itself. And we are both that self and the darkness that obstructs. When the question arises, how and when shall the Lord come to his temple? When the question arises, is it possible to determine our own destiny? We should also ask, is this a framed question that can place us in touch with the truth of the matter, wherever that truth may lie? Who is going where? Who is determining what? The one who says, I am here, but I would rather be there. The one who says, stop the world, I wish to get off. The one who says, I am a disciple waiting for a master. And the ultimate idiot, the one who says, I am a master looking for disciples. All this is nonsense. In what direction? Then may we feel towards the inherent truth. What is it that is looking for truth? Are we looking for truth, or is truth looking for us? We are not looking for truth. We are nothing unless and until the spark within begins to extend towards its potential. Begins to vibrate its rays within all levels of our nature. The level of the so-called unconscious, the level of the remote distance that has been known and experienced and suffered through long, long ago. And the level of our fallible physical state, and the level of a potential. A glimmer within that can begin to find a flash of insight. And the strange and unpredictable rhythm of wisdom. It has its own rhythm. But we can't specify it. Wisdom, which is the sister of light. Is our birthright. And our destiny. It is the marriage with our wisdom that the soul, and in its deeper state, seeks. Our wisdom is the law. Our wisdom is the eternal guide. Our wisdom is the unquenchable star. Our wisdom is all the aspiration gathered into a blossom. To be brought to full fruition by union with light on every level. Why do we not let our wisdom speak to us? Why do we not be poised and still, attentive and aware. And hear the notes of unfathomable tones. That will reveal all that is needful. Each of us has the capacity to be our own prophet, our own seer. Each of us can become a lamp unto ourselves. The past has laboured, and from that past there is the compulsion of all our karma. From that karma arises, through the action of cause and effect at its subtlest, the inevitability of experience, and our need to find the way, our need to perceive the Dharma. Our Dharma is the gift of our karma. Our Dharma is the child of wisdom. Our Dharma is the guide to right action. Our Dharma is that which opens the door to the coming of the true Lord. In that wonderful pattern of intercalated parables that constitutes the Mahabharata, Yudhishthira, who is Dharma, has to find his right relationship with the action self, the great bowman, Arjuna, who has to work in unity with those messengers of the sun, the Asvins, who are the inspirers and the fructifiers of the great sacrifice. Who cause the union of fire and water. Who bring forth the soma of immortality. And all has to relate to the earth, that it may grow and glow at a greater rate and level, a fuller vibration, that it has attained in all the ages. And humankind has this karma and this dharma to make it become so. And if humankind, at its greatest levels, is yet incapable of recognizing the sun, and of allowing the light to be its king, even so, then shall the sun beyond the sun descend. And will itself become the Lord and the King, until humankind has reached that state when it can know its own sun, the light within, the undying nature, the truth that cannot be quenched, nor fled from, nor possessed, but which can only be meaningful, which can only come to us as the wisdom self, when we allow it to claim its birthright in the heart of humankind. The Lord shall suddenly come to his temple. When the temple has been opened at its windows and its doors. And is ready for the guest. The coming cannot be premeditated. Because it has no place in time or space. It merely is. And when it comes, those who make measures, the historians, or the psychologists, or the physiologists, or any of the other experts, will make their records, but know nothing. Can we determine our destiny? Most certainly, we can mar our Dharma. Most emphatically, we can die before our time, spiritually. Very definitely, we can eternally flee from the truth within ourselves. We will change our destiny in the true sense only when the light possesses us and our Dharma changes us. And our wisdom attains to perfect self-expression. Then what need do we have for experts? Or thinkers or theologians? What need of any kind have we? Beyond the Dharma of service. We are not here for ourselves alone. We are here that life may live itself. We are here to dance, not in solitude. but with all of life. A dance of many joys. Many sorrows. Many wanderings. But a dance and a way that can bring us to our true fulfillment, our true state. As the expression of that vessel. That unites heaven and earth, the light and the rich potential of that which has yet to be transformed. So what direction do we take? What teaching do we follow? What is there to gain? Or to lose? We cannot assess these things in the spirit of the balance sheet. We can only seek to be. Integrated. At one. And therefore, in harmony and at peace. And to move without fear, therefore. Through whatever waters the karma of this world has yet to experience. But already the spark within is moving to claim its own. Some would say truth is the prize, but truth would say we are the prize. We are that which is sought and shall be found. We ourselves must become the light, the life, the truth, and the way. And if we seek, truth will find us. And all fear will be consumed in the flame of eternal resurrection.